Our disappointment and our stress is based on how much control we have. When we feel like we have great control over the situation, our stress levels go down. But when we feel like we don't have any control, our stress comes from here and goes through the roof. The more that we feel like we're not in control of something, the higher our stress goes. Hey peeps, I'm Rick Roberts, and this is RickRobertsLife The Podcast, where we talk about my faith, my thoughts, my life. And today is Thursday Thoughts, and my thought for you today is how to be thankful when life sucks. I know 2020 has not gone how most people planned it to. When you look back this time, almost a year ago, you felt that you were on the right path. You might find that you were in better employment. You might have had better health, better mental health, and even your weight could have been in better condition. But now, since you've been going through lots of heavy restrictions and lockdowns and uncertainty and all this stress of, possibly losing your job, or maybe you had lost your job, you're thinking, how can I be thankful? Especially when you find that you might be separated from parts of your family that you really do care about, but because of the situation, you have to be separated. And this is really weighing on you. So the question is, how can I be thankful in the midst of all this? Let's break it down. Usually our disappointment and our stress is based on how much control we have. When we feel like we have great control over the situation, our stress levels go down. But when we feel like we don't have any control, our stress comes from here and goes through the roof. The more that we feel like we're not in control of something, the higher our stress goes. And so it's the same thing here. You would like to have a bit more, at least feeling of control of what's going to happen today, but you don't know what's going to happen today. You might spend the day with people who may bring up the past. And it seems like whenever they see you, they always want to bring up the past and talk about you or talk about something you did. And you're just thinking, for once, can we just let it go? I'm not that person anymore. Let me get past it. Quit reminding me of the past. I just want to move on with my life. And if you feel like you're trapped with people who are constantly bringing up your past, constantly reminding you of things that you used to do that you feel that you've grown past and you want to just let it go, here's the thing I can say to you. What can you control? You can't control them. There's no way. I mean, I wish we had that little, a little remote or something where we could just push a button and then, they'd mute or they'd pause or we could rewind and just, whatever. Or even just eject them. That would be nice, just to eject some of them. But you can't. That's it. You just can't do that. And so what can we control? We can control ourselves. When we find that we are around people who are constantly reminding us of things that we've done, of who we used to be, and we feel like this is bringing us down, try to gain distance. Separate yourself from that person or those people and give yourself some space. Find a place where you can go, where you can separate yourself from the noise, from these people who are reminding you of who you used to be, what you used to do, and look at your goal. Look at where you're going. See the destination. I want you to see what it is that you're doing to get to that end point. You're on a journey. You've done certain steps to get past that. They may not see it, and that's why they were so quick to remind you or the family or whoever else is there of the things you used to do, because they think it's entertaining, because they think that it's a way to make them feel bigger and better. Even though it makes you feel small, maybe they just honestly don't realize that every time they bring this up, it's affecting you this way, and so they just keep bringing it up out of their ignorance. Whatever the reason may be, you need to be in a good headspace to be able to be thankful for your life and to not let this moment bring you down. Focus on the journey. Look at where you're going. Look at what you're doing to get there, the different steps you're taking, and be reassured in what you're doing. Because if you keep looking at how you feel and how they're making you feel, you're going to think that all the steps that you've taken up to this point was for nothing. And you know that you put a lot of work in, to get here. So don't belittle the work that you've done. Be happy and be thankful for the way that you were able to overcome and to start this process and to keep moving. The other thing that might be affecting you is the fact that you might be furloughed or you might not have as much income as you did this time last year. and you're wondering, man, Christmas is around the corner. I don't have that much money. I'm not sure what things are going to be like over the next few weeks. And you're just anxious about this. How can I be thankful when I don't know where my money's coming from? I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. When it comes to money, I understand that, sometimes we have the pressure of providing not just for our family, but for other loved ones as well. And when it feels like the money's not coming in the way that we want to, that pressure can be so much where it feels as though it's hard to sleep. We feel anxious. We feel as though we're useless. We feel as though there's nothing that we can do to make the situation better. So, of course, we can't be thankful. Well, here's the thing. Unfortunately, life is so unpredictable. We cannot guarantee tomorrow that we're going to have X amount coming in because the economy can drop flat. It can happen. The same way how we're affected by this now, something else can come and affect us as well. And so what I want you to do, what I want to encourage you to do is to find a way to be thankful. Find a way to realize that whether you have plenty or whether you have few, I want you to find a way to be content with whatever you have. Now, like I said, it's difficult, especially when you have other people who are depending on you, but we can't control what's going on. We can't control what's happening. And so since we can't control it, all we can do is try to communicate with them and try to encourage them to hold on and to remind them that we will get past this together. We just need to stick together and find a way to consolidate till we can get to the point that we need to. You can do this. Now, I know some of you guys might be on the breaking point where you feel like, man, I really don't know what I can do. Like I might be evicted or whatever. It's difficult. Like I said, I want to encourage you that whatever it is that's coming, as long as you all stick together, you will find a way through this. You will find a way through this. You need to continue to have hope and be thankful for whatever resource, be thankful for whatever gifts, whatever skills you have. As you're looking to be thankful, it will help you to be positive and to find a way to make something work to get through. But the moment you start to wallow in your negativity and to wallow in what you don't have, it's going to continue to consume you and blind you from possible opportunities that might come your way. That's what I do whenever I find that I'm in a situation where it feels like life is drying up, where I'm not getting the income that I'd like. I try to be content with what I have, and I try to be thankful for what I can do and remind myself that I have skills, I have gifts, I have talents that I can use to be able to earn from. I just need to be creative. And I can't be wallowing in my negativity to be creative. I need to be looking for a positive way to reach out. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. Since the lockdown, since the restrictions, since this whole experience, I've been blessed to say that I've had different opportunities just kind of come out of nowhere, even from the past, to come in to help me to be able to make some money to get through at this point. Now, I know you're probably saying, okay, well, that's good for you. How does that help me? What I'm saying to you is that continue to work, continue to focus on the things you need to do, continue to control what you can control, which is yourself, and do what you know is right, even though it doesn't feel good, and you'll be surprised as to what comes out of the woodwork. God sees you, and God is helping you come along this journey, and He's going to send the right things you need to be able to grow and get past the situation. So believe in that and be thankful for that. I know this is hard to hear, especially like I said, you don't know what's coming tomorrow. You're not sure what's happening. You'd like to do more, but your finances are very unsure, and this is concerning. So how can you be thankful? Like I said, be thankful for the opportunities that you do have. Be thankful for the skills that you have. Be thankful for the resources you have right now in your life. Because all you need to do is then have enough education, enough inspiration to figure out how to turn this into something that can earn for you. It's not too huge of a step to go from there to here. You just need the right inspiration to help figure out how you can make money from it. And it's been remarkable to see how many people have become innovative at this particular time where everything seems to be closing, and they're finding new ventures and they're finding new things that they can do to be able to survive and not be dependent on a company. And hopefully this will encourage you to hang in there and to get through. Now you find yourself in a situation where you are isolating, or people that you really do care about are trapped somewhere else, and you can't get to them. You can't spend time with them. And this is making you feel low. I understand what it's like to be away from people you truly care about. Some time ago, I moved from America to the United Kingdom to be with my wife, and I left behind everything. I left behind the whole life that I had known and built to be with my wife. And there were times when I got really homesick. I missed seeing my church fam. I missed seeing my friends I grew up with. I missed going to the place where I went for work. I really did miss my lifestyle, the ministry opportunities and all the mentorships that I had and everything. I missed all of that. And what helped me to get through that was to continue to focus on what was right there in front of me. You've been with this person or you've been by yourself for quite some time and you're thinking, I'm sick of being by myself. I'm sick of being with that person. I see them every single day. I would love to see, that person. I miss them so much. I understand. I get it. You can't control the fact that they're not with you. You can't bring them here any sooner. There's nothing you can do about it. So what can you control? It's yourself. You can find a way to try to engage with the person that's with you and try to make this a happy day. You can try to find a way to celebrate the fact that even though you can't physically be with the people you care about, maybe you can try to contact them. You're probably watching me over the internet, so let's find a way to use the internet to get a hold of the people you care about. Also, even though you can't be with them, you can still find a way to try to communicate with them. Here's something that's really an interesting concept. Try writing them an old school letter. Sit down and really write down, the fact that you missed them and how excited you are to see them again, etc., etc. Just pour your emotions into this letter and send it. And once you send it, the person, when they receive it, they're going to be so blessed by what it is that you've sent them. And when they receive this, they're going to be able to cherish this memory because you've sent it to them. Now, if unfortunately someone that you've cared about has passed away recently or just passed away and you're grieving the loss of someone, this can be very difficult as well. Sometimes we feel like we don't have closure. Sometimes we just miss these individuals. And the question is, how do I be thankful with this hole that's in my heart because they're not around? I kind of went through the same thing when my mom passed away. I was thinking, I miss her so much. It's very difficult to be thankful at this particular time. And so I went through a period of time where I was just a bit robotic. I was just going through the motions, just existing. And so what really helped me to come out of that was looking for a way to love other people, looking for a way to fill this pain, this bitterness, this sadness with love. And so I encourage you to do the same thing. Like I said, if you can't be around people, take some time and look at people who you're really grateful for that's been in your life and write them a letter or send them a message. Contact them and just express how thankful you are for the people you have in your life today. This will help release the sting of this deep sadness that you have for missing that person. It took some years for me to be able to feel as though that wound has closed and just live with the scar of missing my mom. And so hopefully this will help you and encourage you to find a way to cope at this time when you want to be thankful, but you have this thing weighing you down. Like I said, choose love in spite of the pain that's inside. And as you choose love and you give love, it will help to heal a bit that open wound that's there. And then all you'll be left with is the scar. Scars are interesting. When they fully heal, you don't feel any pain really too much from the scars, but you still can see them and they're a bit obvious, but they just become part of who you are and they just travel with you. You may never stop missing that person that's gone, but that weight of that will become less and less over a period of time. And as you continue to pour love out and you continue to use the good memories and the great things that this person has, taught you and left with you, you will be able to pass that on to other people. And in a way, they will live on through that, live on through you, because you are sharing the memories, you're sharing the things that they've shared with you with other people. And it's going to enrich their lives, it's going to enrich your life. And it's a beautiful thing. You're probably thinking, how can I be thankful when my health just doesn't seem like it should be? I feel weaker. I feel unwell. I just don't feel 100% like I did last year. In life, our bodies, there's no guarantee. It's so unfortunate, and I know someone might be taking this the wrong way. All I can share is my own personal experience. There's been a few times in my life where my body just was unwell, and it surprised me as to how frail I actually was. The last time I can remember when I was seriously unwell was when I got hand, foot, and mouth for my son Richie. I had blisters everywhere, and it itched and burned, and the rash and everything, and it was so bad where I just couldn't sleep, and seeing blisters from the top of my head to the bottoms of my feet, and still choosing to go to work to try to do certain things. I know, hand, foot, mouth, you can't be touching people, etc. So I kept my distance. I wore gloves and stuff. I felt like I was social distancing at that time, and it was a very difficult time to not be able to sleep, to not be able to feel peace in my body how I normally have it, because my body was reacting to just itching and burning and sleep deprivation and feeling miserable. Sometimes it was so bad where all I could do was lay in my bed and just scream in agony from the pain and the itching and the exhaustion. And it felt so unbearable. And I just wanted it I don't know, I just wanted it to go away, And day after day, as I tried to just cope with it, when I finally got the medicine, finally got the numbing agent to stop me from itching so much, and I got some drowsy medicine so I could finally get some sleep, I was so thankful. But before that came, I just prayed, and I prayed hard, and I prayed long. I said, Lord, please help me with this. Help me to cope with this. This is unbearable. And I just was thankful for the fact that my wife was there trying to be comforting and trying to be loving to me at that time. I was just thinking about how Richie just powered through that whole thing unfazed by it. He was laughing and giggling most of the time when he had it. I'm thinking, man, I must be a big baby. I'm worse than a baby, because he had it and he was fine. I'm dying. I don't know how he survived it so well. I'm sharing this because I know that probably what you're going through is nothing. It's not even in the same planet, same solar system as to what you're going through. And I apologize that I can't give a better thing to help relate us, but life can be unpredictable. Your body can do things and go to a place where you're just not expecting it, and it can feel as though everything is just over. Like you just wish it was over because it's so unbearable. What I want you to do is take some time and hold on to the people who are precious in your life. Hold on to the things that matter in your life and be thankful for that. Ask God for peace, ask God for strength, and you're going to have to just endure. With all the things that I'm talking about today, the biggest thing is you have to choose to endure. It's hard, it's difficult, it's easier said than done. Like I know from experience, it's easy to say this, but it's so difficult to go through it. But you have to choose to endure, because what other choice do you have? You don't have any other choice but to just go through it sometimes. And so as you're going through it, I want you to try to be thankful. Be thankful for the fact that you are going through this. Because as I went through my difficulties, as I go through my difficulties, I know that it's making me stronger. It's giving me a unique story to tell. And it's going to help me to be able to relate to those who need encouragement, so that way they too can overcome. And that's something you can do. I know this is all hindsight talking, and it may not be doing you any good, but with this at least planting the seed in your mind that good can come from it, I pray that this will be able to encourage you, if not now, after you get past this. Sometimes you have to just keep focusing on your end destination, on where you plan on being, so that way you're not just stuck in the mess like we talked about, and you can actually see that you're going somewhere. It's not easy, but be thankful. Life can always be so much worse than this. People love you. People care about you. Even though it doesn't feel like that sometimes, it's true. They do love you. They do care about you. And you do matter. You are valuable. And if you find yourself in an awkward place, you're not always going to be here. You're going to get past this. Sometimes you just have to get through it. So hang on. It's not always going to be this way. You will get through it. And like I said, some people who keep bringing up your past, they may just be doing it out of ignorance. They're not trying to be spiteful. And so if they're just being ignorant about it, sometimes you have to just let them know, look, what you're saying is really bringing me down. It's really, hurting my feelings. It's really making me feel small, and I don't appreciate it. Stand up for yourself. Be willing to respectfully let this person know that what they're saying about you is unacceptable, and you don't want this to happen anymore. You're done with it. Find a way to stand your ground. Until you stand up for yourself, this person is going to continue to keep doing it again and again. Because why would they stop? What's going to stop them if they've not been told to, or if they've not had a realization of some sort to stop? And you might have to be that realization. Find a way to respectfully let them know that you don't want to be treated this way anymore. People will treat you how you let them treat you. And if you find that these people are choosing to be spiteful, they're choosing to belittle you, choose to be secure in your own mind that you are going somewhere. Now, once again, this is so much easier said than done, but you have to have belief. And this is going to test your resolve to get to that destination. You're going to have the naysayers. You're going to have people who just don't believe in you. And sometimes they're going to be the closest ones. They might even be right there in your home. But you have to choose to believe in your destination. You have to choose to believe that you are empowered to get there. So keep your head up and keep moving forward. I'm Rick Roberts, and you stay classy. Bye.